You want to ask me, if you wanted to, you could ask me, what kind of inspiration am I for my cat? What kind of inspiration am I for Peanut? Well, here's an example. I don't know, about 20 minutes ago, I was inspired by my bowels to move to the water closet, where I situated myself in such a fashion that that inspiration turned into activation and evacuation, if you will. My bowels, yeah, they started to move as they do. Yeah, I'm just sitting here relaxing, moving my bowels, not moving them. I mean, they're moving of their own accord, I guess. I'm not trying, I don't know how I could even move them. I can move the body to get to the water closet, but once I'm situated on the throne, you know, I kind of just leave it up to God, you know, or my bowels, I guess. But not too much longer, 15 minutes. Maybe I start hearing Peanut. She likes to scrape around in her water closet, which is a litter box. And I thought to myself, I know she's in there. Maybe she's moved her bowels, or her bowels have moved for her. She's been inspired by me. I inspired Peanut, my cat. My movements inspired my cat, Peanut. They inspired her movements. And then she came running around out here feeling much better and happier. But yeah, if you wanted to know, or if I wanted to know, maybe, if whether or not I inspired my cat with anything, I could say, I just did say, I think it could be accurate, that when I have a water closet moment, I inspire my cat to have one as well. Or at least that happened one time. It may have happened one time, just now. It's not the only time. If I could remember accurately, I would probably be able to peg some other times where I made the move. First I made the move, then the move made itself, and then I heard her making her own moves in her litter box closet. There's no water in her litter box. That would be a disaster. So it's not really a water closet like this one is. This water closet has water in it. When I come to this closet, I have other closets that don't have water, but this one has water in the form of a commode filled with water. Also, live plumbing. It's got a faucet wherein water could be coming out, where out water could be coming, where from water could be coming from. So it's a double water closet, plus a shower. It's a triple. It's not unique. Most people have triple water closets, right? But cats don't. That's what I'm saying. Peanut's litter box is not a water closet. It's a euphemism. It's just a litter box closet. But I don't put a litter box in a closet. I don't have enough closet space for that. So it's really just a box filled with litter. And, I clean it a couple times a week or more as necessary. It's never that necessary. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, what I mean by that is, like, of course it's necessary to clean that litter box, and I clean it, but it's not like I never let it get to a point where, like, you gotta clean that, and sometimes I clean it even more frequently. So it's a box with litter and her business, which I clean. There's no water in it, so I guess I shouldn't refer to it as a water closet, but yeah, I don't always inspire her to go achieve her business in her box of litter. I don't always do it, and I never suggest it. I leave her to her privacy. But it occurred to me as I'm sitting here in my privacy, I heard her engaging with her box of litter as she does, and I thought maybe I inspired my cat to move her bowels, which is another euphemism, because like I said, I don't manually, I don't even know how I would move my bowels other than like shake my tummy around, right? Like, I'm not sticking my hands anywhere, God's moving the bowels, right? Just as I suspect they are for cats. She's not, unless cats have some sort of a secret design, by which they can actually manipulate their bowels. I mean, you can move your sphincter, sure. If you can't, then maybe you should see a doctor. I'm not a medical professional of any kind, so I can't advise you on that. But like, that's one thing that could move. But that's not my bowel. My sphincter and my bowels are different operating devices, body parts, if you will, right? The closest I could do to moving my bowels myself, besides just like including my bowels in my body, which I do, which they do, they're included in my body, and I can move my body with my legs. Or if I wanted to crawl with my arms, I guess I could move it with my arms, you could say. Besides that kind of movement of the bowel, but the specific bowel, isolated bowel movement, nah, the closest I can get is a sphincter movement, which I can do, but that's not the same thing, I don't think. Just wanted to, just want to be clear with the, I like to be clear with the terms, with the processes, right? With the order of operations, right? Like I came here first, then she went. So she didn't inspire me, not this time. I don't know if my cat's ever inspired me to move my bowels. I'd have to think on that. Usually it's just a mutually exclusive event. She moves her bowels, I move mine, but I don't really believe in coincidence, I think, anymore. So if they coincide, that could be a coincidence, but like, is there a reason for it? I mean, a physical one, bowel wants to be moved, it's gonna move. You better situate yourself on the throne so it moves itself, in a desired manner, right? I mean, you don't want to be caught out somewhere when them bowels decides to move. Yeah, then it's a bit of an urgency to find a throne. Or what? I don't know what. Let's not contemplate. Never had that problem. Not since I was a little grader, not even a grader, a pre-grader, with a diaper wearing person. Maybe like a 2-year-old. I don't know the last time my bowels just decided to emergency themselves when I wasn't near a throne. But, depending on how you took care of yourself and your bowels, that might happen. It won't happen to me, I hope. I mean, I can't promise that, I guess. I guess I can't promise that. That's a bit of a revelation right there, that I can't promise myself even, or anyone else, you for that matter, that I couldn't have an emergency situation with my bowels whereby I could not find a throne and would have to evacuate in the local vicinity of my person, which would be not desirable, but uncontrollable. Pooping your pants, I guess, is what I'm talking about. It's a roundabout way to... I try to stay delicate with it. These are delicate topics. I generally don't talk about them, but I guess you could say whether or not Peanut was inspired by my movements to have her own movements, what you could say is my own movements and Peanut's perhaps coincidental movements inspired me to make a video about it. That's what definitely was inspired. There was an inspiration that did happen in this water closet. Maybe not for Peanut, but for me. I mean, it's not the only inspired bowel movement I've ever had, if I'm being honest about it. I'm not trying to make a brag. The movements themselves aren't special. I mean, they are to me, in the sense that like they're relieving, they're immensely relieving. That's why we do it, right? That's why we do move our bowels, to relieve ourselves of that discomfort. And probably all that junk wants to get out too. It's good for you, it's healthy to move your bowels, but it's also immensely rewarding. Not in terms of an achievement, that's like a potty training rewards, system. Maybe I've internalized that, but more just from a personal standpoint of relief. It's rewarding. That relief feels so good. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I try to be delicate with these matters when I do breach them, which is why I like to talk about the water closet as a euphemism for the overall event itself. But yeah, I guess I'm about tapped out. My inspiration's about run out, which is nice. I'm gonna go for a hike, unanticipated, late afternoon, early evening hike. It looks like it's nice out there. I'm gonna sweat, but I already went out for an hour-long one this morning. And I proceeded to do a little bit of work and a little bit of resting. And now I woke up from my restful state. I'm gonna go out, the wind's picking up a little bit. It's not gonna be too windy, the humidity's gonna pick up. It's about as low as it's gonna stay. It's gonna climb from 60%, which is, it's a bit of a rigorous number. You know, it could be more rigorous, it's gonna get more rigorous, but it's only like 81 degrees. I don't know, we'll see. It's nice. It'd be nice to move these legs. We'll see, I'm gonna go out for a hike. And probably get sweaty, probably have to come out and take a second shower today. And I can do that. I think I wanna do that. So I'm gonna go do that. And who knows, you might see me on the trail. Hopefully, I don't expect there to be any kind of an emergency, a water closet emergency out there in the midst of non-water closets. There's no water closets I can access once I get out this house. I mean, I could go to my dad's or my sister's, but that's not why I'm going on a hike, right? It's not like, you can't really say that I'm trying to avoid the water closet by going out on a hike. That's not the motivation, no. It's just an absence of water closets. That's more like it. That's what the hike's gonna be. It's not gonna be about the absence of water closets, but it's gonna be a coterminous or characteristic is a better way to say it. A characteristic of this hike is gonna be non-water closet based. I don't go hiking around my water closets. I don't go hiking around the universe looking for water closets. I don't go hiking from water closet to water closet. I don't, so it's an absence of water closets is going to be one of the characteristics of this hike. Not the chief characteristic, no, just one minor characteristic even. But just since we're talking about the water closet, since I am, I thought I would interject that to make a sequitur. I like to have my conversational topics have sequiturs between them so they relate to each other. So I was talking about the water closet. Now I'm talking about hikes. What's the relationship? Well, I sequitured it by saying that they're non-water closet hikes, right? You could have a water closet hike if you so desired, I suppose. But I'm just saying that my hike that I'm about to engage with is going to have an absence of water closets, even including water closet thoughts, let alone water closet visits and other inspired movements they're about. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. Anyhow, yeah. So there's 14 minutes on water closets and inspired movements, if you will. All right, go look for your own inspiration. I hope this provided some direction and guidance for you. All right.